Yeah, hello there and welcome back, and let us continue with our lesson over here, and let us continue with our application layer. So in the previous lesson we have learned about the domain layer, and in this lesson let us continue with the application layer, and here we will create two new file that will be of the ToDo service dot file over here. And let's copy this one, and let's create the another file which will be the implementation of this interface. So let's create the ToDo service dot file over here. And once we have this two file, let's create our interface over here. I'll create the abstract class over here, and I'll just call this one ToDo service. And once we have that, let's create the function, and for that let's go to the data, and let's go to the repository over here. Let's copy this one from here. So let's copy this for function that we have over here, and let us paste it over here. And the return type will be the difference, so just remove the return type from here. Let's remove all of this. And now what we need to do is in the get the ToDo, so this will just return a single ToDo. So we have already created a domain layer, and we already have the model for that one. So what we need is the ToDo item for just a single ToDo. So ToDo item over here, and in the get the ToDos it will return us the list of the ToDos. So for that I will require the ToDo model over here, and that is why, because if we go to the ToDo model, we require get the list of the ToDo item, and also the pages that we require later for the pagination. And over here add ToDos, that will just return a single item. So that will be of the ToDo item. So let's paste it over here, and update will also return a single ToDo item, and the delete ToDo will return a bool from here. So we just have to say whether it was deleted or it was not. So once we have this function, so let's go back to our ToDo service over here. I guess the spelling is not correct over here, so let's just rename this one ToDo service. It should be the service service, right? And over here too, so let's rename this one, and that should be of the service over here, service service. And I guess that should be fine. So let's go over here and let's create the class over here, class ToDo service over here, and that will implement from the ToDo service. And once we implement it, we need to override all of that functions that we just created. So let's go and override the 5 missing function over here, and we will add the dependency over here. So final, I will require the ToDo repository over here, and that will be of the ToDo repository. And let's add in the constructor for this final field. Let's grab it and add the constructor, and then we are good to go. So let's implement the functionality of first of all we'll implement for the add the ToDo. So let's remove this one from here, and let's add in the try catch block over here. And first of all, in the catch, I will be catching on the failure, because this is what we are returning from the repository layer. So on failure, I'll catch that particular, and then I'll just rethrow it from here. Sorry, not the return, rethrow. So I'll just rethrow that error, and I'll catch that later on the controller. So I don't need this, and I just can just replace it with the underscore. So now we have that the catch block, and let's go to the try block, and here let's grab the final, and that will be of the respon response, which is of equals to, okay, I need to make this one as the asynchronous function, and in the response what I need to do is await, and let's grab the ToDo repository dot the add ToDo over here and pass in the body over here. So that will return us the response over here. It is the ToDo response, but here we have to return the ToDo item from here. So what we need to do is we need to map it, right? So we need to create the mapper out of it and return the ToDo model. So let's go down over here and let's create one function that will be of, it will return the ToDo item from here, and let's call this one map to ToDo item, and you can just give some different name if you require. So it will take the ToDo response from here, and that will be of the response itself, and from here let us return the ToDo item, and once we have that, I guess we are good to go. And in the ToDo item we have to pass in the user ID first of all. That will be of the int, or I need the ID first of all, right? But the let's add in the ID, and that will be of the, we need to pass into the int dot the parse, and we will take it from the response dot the ID itself. And once we have that, we need a title over here, and title will be of the response dot the title, and I guess we can just duplicate this one, and this one will be of the body itself, and this one will be the body. And here we just require the comma. I forgot to add in that one. And once we have that body, I have a note over here, and this will be of the notes itself. And then I have the status over here, response dot the status. I need the status, and status is the boolean, but here we are returning the string. So what we need to do is we need to convert it. If the status is equals to 1, that basically means that it is of the true, and otherwise we will return the false from here. And then we will have the created add, and there for that we will require the date, right? And here we will require the updated add, that will require, this is the type of the string, but this is of the date. And I guess that should be all that we required field. So just remove it from here, and let's go on to the top over here, and let's add in the, let's go over here and let us final result, which is of equals to map, we require map to do item, and pass in the response over here, and then I can return the result from here. Let us return the result. So I guess that should be fine, and it should not be in this way. To let's remove this one, to do, right? So the spelling, let's go down over here and let's replace that one over here. So it should be not this one, so let's remove it over here, and I guess that should be fine over here. So what we need to do is we need to add in the date over here. So let's add in the created date for this one, and this one requires the updated date over here. So let us try to format this one, and we have already created an extension for this one. So I can just say format over here, date time formatter over here, and pass in the date and time. So let's grab this one from here, and let us paste it over here. And for this one we'll also use in the formatter over here. So date time formatter, this is the extension that we have previously created on the date and time. So just copy it and paste it over here, then we are good to go. So the next thing is that we need to do it let's go on to the top, and the next one is to delete, right? So what we'll do, let's remove this one from here, and let's copy this code from here, and let us go and paste it over here. And we need to make this one as the asynchronous function. And what we did now is we need to delete that one. So delete the ToDo and pass in the query for that one. It was the queries, and now we have the response, and we need to return from here is the boolean. So how we can return the boolean from here is let's go, and I guess we can just directly return that one from here. Just remove this code from here, and from here I can just return the response that we have dot. I can just say deleted, because that is the boolean value too. So once we have that, we are good to go with this one. And let's go down over here. Let's remove this one from here, and it will get the ToDo. So just a single item of the ToDo. So let's copy this one from here again, and let us paste it over here. That will be to get the ToDo, and we need to add the asynchronous function call over here, and then over here I'll just pass in the ID over here. And okay, so it should be of the get the ToDo over here, and we are good to go. So we got the response back, right? And then we need to map it to the ToDo item, and that should be fine, and we are good to go over here. So we don't have to change anything over there. Just copy this one, and let's go down over here, and this one just paste it over here, and this one we should convert it to the asynchronous function call over here, and we need to pass in the user ID over here, and that should be of the get the ToDos over here. And this one will return us the ToDo model, so that the mapper file is not correct. So we need to say map to ToDo model, right? So this should be of the ToDo model over here. ToDo model, model. Okay, so we need that, and let's go down over here, and we need to paste it over here too. And let's go over here and make this one as the asynchronous function call. This is to update it, and here we need to call the update ToDo and pass in the queries over here. So let's pass in the queries, and this is good to go. So now we only require a new mapper class for our get ToDos. So let's go and create the new mapper. Let's go down over here, and let's copy, I guess let's create a return type that will be of the ToDo model over here, and let's give a name map ToDo model over here, and we will take the ToDo's response over here, and that will be of the response. And let's go down over here, and let's create the final data, and that will be of the response dot the data over here. And once we have that, from here we can return our ToDo model over here. And with this ToDo model, I have to pass in the page is required, right? And over here I'll require the, let me remove this one, and I require the ToDo item. So just copy this code from here, and let's go down over here, and what I need is I need to map the data that I have, right? So I need to pass in the ToDos. that will be of the data that we have dot the map. So I'll just map that one, and from here I will just call this one. Okay, just return it from somewhere here. So let's paste it inside here, I guess, and let us arrange this one from here. And once we have that, I need to map this one to the to list over here, and let me arrange this one properly over here. And this one should be of the, let's map this one to the ToDo over here, and let's copy this one, and let's make all of this as the ToDo over here, and I guess we are good to go with that one. And finally what we need is we need a ToDo page over here, and that will be of the ToDo page, and let's add that one over here. And what we need is we need the current page over here, and that will be of the response dot the current page. And let's go over here, we require the per page, that will be of the response and dot the current per page, right? So we have a per page, and then we also have the last page over here, that will be of the response dot the last page. And then we finally have the total, that will be of the response dot the total over here. So that should be good over here, and our mapper class is also ready over here. And let's go on to the top, and I guess all of our functions are ready to be used, and that's all on the service layer. So we just created all of our function over here, and we also have the mapper over here. So why we created the service over here is to have all of our business logic over here, and whenever we are getting the response back from the API, here in this layer we are going to do our business logic. So it may be like you are getting a response back from the API, and you need a different model inside your UI, or you need a different format of the data, and the API is returning the different kind of the data, and it's not always the API will be returning the data that you require. You always need to clean up some of the data, you need to format it, right? You need to convert it and all of those stuff. So that's all we will be doing on our application layer. And in the next we will be moving on to our controller, that will be on the representation layer. So it will have the most cleanest data as possible that we will be passing from the service layer. So I guess that's all for this lesson, and we will meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.